As part of activities to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, President Bola Tinubu on Friday joined other Muslim faithful for a special Jummah prayer at the National Mosque in Abuja. This was disclosed in a statement and video shared on X.com by the special assistant to the president on social media, Dada Olusegun. According to the statement, the prayer is part of the activities to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary celebrations. This is not the first time President Tinubu has publicly observed Islamic prayers. Previously, in June, he joined Muslim faithful for Eid al-Kabir prayers at the Dodan Barracks in Ikoyi, Lagos, where he was accompanied by top government functionaries. President Bola Tinubu has urged Edo State Governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo to focus on the development of the state, assuring him a full support from the federal government and Progressive Governors Forum, PGF. Speaking in Abuja as the Edo Governor-elect and his deputy, Honorable Dennis Idahosa, presented their certificates of return, President Tinubu stressed the importance of good governance. President Tinubu highlighted the dedication of Edo voters who braved heavy rain to cast their ballots and called for continued unity within the party to achieve the renewed hope agenda. The governor-elect Monday Okpebholo pledged to prioritize development across the state following his recent election victory. A former Edo State Governor, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, called for unity and urged the opposition to cooperate with the new administration for the progress of Edo State.
You work hard, you earn the victory. Democracy is difficult, particularly in the emerging economy like ours. If you hear complaints from America and other places, you know how difficult it is to navigate, a democracy. But it's the best form of government. It's the only way for stable development and progressive realization of our dreams. To governor-elect and the deputy governor-elect, I congratulate, the two of you. You are a good symbol of people ordained to work together. You start as rivals. You end up as partners. You are a symbol of a good understanding in politics. So, governor-elect, so you can face the task of development. We are here to work with you. You've seen the governors of APC, the Progressive Governors Forum. They are truly progressive. And you better work with them, learn the ropes. Adam Oshiomhole did a yeoman's job. We did the thinking together on many instances. I believe you are up to the task. And we will work with you.
I feel very happy. I think Edo people have spoken with their vote. For me, I'm coming as a servant to serve the Edo people. That is what is required of me. And that is what exactly I'm going to do. So very soon, you will see a lot of development coming up in Edo. We are going to employ teachers. We are going to renovate our schools. We are going to... A lot will be happening over time. So with time, you will recognize that a new dawn has happened.
We give thanks to God, because as they say, only God can confer power. Man can make all the effort. If God chooses not to crown it, it will be in vain. So politicians campaign in vain unless God campaign for you. And I think that is our case. And I am excited not only for the fact that we have reclaimed Edo State, almost in the same manner that we reclaimed it for PDP in 2007, before Obaseki took it away back from us. My joy is the fact that Edo people will now have a governor that they can hug, they can touch, they can feel, and a governor that will open the doors. Edo State people now have a governor that will not send pregnant women to jail on account of 20,000 naira fine by a mobile court, and the woman end up delivering inside prison. We have a man with compassion, with human feeling, the vote of the laborer and the vote of the professor, the vote of the pauper, the beggar, and the vote of the wealthiest person. One man, one vote is equal. And so we have a governor who understands this and who went through this process less than just about a year ago. And his people were trusted in with the senatorial representation in Edo Central. And what is going for him is precisely what the other guys fail to understand. The fact that he is at home with the ordinary man. He's at home with the ordinary woman. He understands the challenge of rural poor. So they are all excited now that they are back again with a governor that they can say, this is my governor.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has lauded ExxonMobil's proposed $10 billion investment in Nigeria's deep water oil operations, describing it as evidence of the administration's economic reforms. The announcement came during a high-level meeting with ExxonMobil executive at the 79th UN General Assembly in New York. The Vice President emphasized that the investment aligns with President Bola Tinubu's vision for an investor-friendly Nigeria, citing reforms aimed at improving the ease of doing business, including unifying the exchange rate and removing fuel subsidies. Earlier, Chairman and Managing Director of ExxonMobil affiliate in Nigeria, Shane Harris, reaffirmed the company's commitment to investing in Nigeria. Meanwhile, international maritime giant DP World has proposed a multi-billion-dollar port project in Nigeria, further underscoring the country's appeal to foreign investors. DP World CEO Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem noted Nigeria's potential as a dominant player in Africa's import and export markets. Nigeria and MasterCard have announced a partnership aimed at supporting 1 million farmers across Nigeria, Kenya and Tanzania to improve agricultural productivity and financial inclusion. The initiative, backed up by African Development Bank (AFDB), will provide digital access to critical financial services, including contactless payment system for agricultural workers. The partnership deal was sealed during a meeting between Vice President Kashim Shettima and executives of MasterCard Corporation on the sidelines of the ongoing 79th session of the UN General Assembly in New York. Vice President Kashim Shettima also highlighted the transformative potential of the partnership in enhancing Africa's food security. Earlier, the Minister of Communications, Innovations and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, explained that the partnership will provide digital access to critical financial services for agricultural workers, which he said is expected to significantly boost productivity and economic growth in the sector. The country manager for West Africa at MasterCard, Dr. Folashade Femi Lawal, however, says a key component of the partnership is the rollout of contactless payment systems. The federal government has disclosed plans to expand its compressed natural gas (CNG) initiative to combat the rising cost of fuel and promote sustainable energy. Presidential media aides Bayo Ononuga and Ortega Oga announced plans to ease the financial burden on transporters by offering 10,000 free CNG conversion kits as part of the presidential compressed natural gas initiative. With the current cost of conversion kits standing at 1.6 million naira, the federal government aims to make CNG a more affordable and attractive alternative to petrol, which could lower transportation costs nationwide. Onanuga and Oga also highlighted that private energy firms such as NNPC and Dangote Refinery operate in a deregulated sector where competition is expected to benefit consumers. Meanwhile, the presidency has proposed allocating 30% of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund (TETFund) to the newly established National Education Fund (NEFund) to support the student loan initiative aimed at helping underprivileged students access higher education. The Senate has passed the Southwest Development Commission Bill 2024, marking a significant step towards enhancing infrastructure development in the region. The bill was passed after it was read for the third time during plenary session, receiving unanimous appeal from the senators present. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Special Duties, Senator Kaka Shehu Lawan, had earlier presented the committee's recommendations, which were adopted without opposition. Following the passage, Deputy Senate President Senator Barau Jibrin, who presided over the session, praised Senator Lawan and his committee for their diligent work in advancing the bill. In recent weeks, the Senate has passed similar bills establishing development commissions for other regions, including the Northwest, North Central, and Southeast.
That will, when passed into law, will help to really deal with the challenges being faced by the southwestern part of this country, infrastructure challenges, ecological challenges, and so on and so forth, and will help to put that region in the best place to have an environment that will be conducive for the people in that region, and it will, once that region is well developed, it also affects the entire nation, because whatever is done positively to any part of Nigeria is something that is done to the entire country. We thank Mr. President for his foresight by giving assent to similar bills, which is something that goes in tandem with his disposition of making sure that the entire country is well developed.
That the intent and purpose of the bill are well structured and strategically streamlined for the socio-economic development of the southwest geopolitical zone of this country. And 3, that the establishment of the commission will bring the federal government closer to the southwest states as well as meet the yearning and aspirations of the people. Recommendation. The committee, having considered the proposed bill and taking into account the relevance of the Southwest Development Commission, the committee resolved that the southwestern geopolitical zone of this country should have one, and accordingly recommends that the Senate to consider and pass the Southwest Development Commission Establishment Bill SB 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102. 102.
House of Representatives has introduced a bill to alter the 1999 Constitution as amended to create avenue for independent candidates to contest for elective positions. Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Akim Rotimi, who sponsored the bill, read it for the first time at the plenary. The electoral body is also expected to prescribe the time within which an independent candidate shall submit his nomination papers and the collation of the signatures of registered voters. Rotimi, who briefed newsmen after plenary, says the intention of the bill is to encourage inclusion and expand the democratic space by allowing more people to participate. Similarly, a bill to provide Section 65 of the Principal Act is further altered by substituting for subsection that a person shall be qualified for election if he has at least school certificate or its equivalent and a member of a political party.
An opportunity to further democratize the space to allow for greater inclusion from those who otherwise might not have the opportunity to be sponsored through their political parties. At the end of the day, power resides with the people of Nigeria, and want to give people the opportunity to be able to present themselves for office.
Democratizing the space, for people like you and I to also, have access to, the electoral process as well, and to ensure that every Nigerian is also part of the process. To also ensure that, most especially the vulnerable population such as women, youth, persons with disability are also given a level playing field, right, to explore opportunities within the political and electoral landscape.